Good morning for our Indonesian friends who just arrived. Selamat datang di DILI. Bem-vindo. Parabéns a Lourenço AERO. Lourenço Nia Liurai AERO. Uluk. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to talk in English. Lourenço is the king of AERO. 2-3 years ago, I did a video with National Geographic. They insisted I had to go diving in AERO. I never did diving, so we compromised on snorkeling. I had never done snorkeling either, but I did. And at the time, I declared myself the king of AERO. But today, I see the title to Lourenço AERO. Actually, when I said the king of AERO, I meant I was king of the turtles and the dolphins. And I have known Lourenço AERO for many years, observing his initiatives, his courage, audacity in dreaming. Because many of us, we dream. And many of us, we only dream. Few of us, we dream and we catch the dream, we realize the dream. Last night, I took part in the opening of a great TV studio of regional standards, where there can be live broadcasts of weather conference, a wedding, and that was by another Timorese entrepreneur, Jorge Serrano, Jorge Tailala. Parabéns nós a Jorge Serrano. I didn't stay long because the debate on economics was going on and on and on, and me and the cardinal, we left. But I did follow on my phone, and it was very substantive, was very informative. All the participants were very good. But I was recovering and still recover from a flu, and the cardinal also sharing a flu, and so we both left. There are other Timorese entrepreneurs, small and bigger, in this country, that we must support, we must cherish, we must encourage them. I'm not in the airline business, not in any business at all. But over the years, one reads, follow, observe, and conclude airline business is a very complex, risky one. Some of the best airlines in the world went bankrupt overnight. Swiss Air, Ansett, Australia, East African Airlines, Union Africaine from West Africa, and the good old Merpati that we all flew so many times. And so many airlines, even when they have a strong government support. And we hear a lot about Singapore Airlines, Qatar, Emirates, Garuda, Air France, TAP Air Portugal. Well, all of them have a heavy government subsidy. Otherwise, they are killed by their competitors. A humble Timorese, Jerry de Souza. I knew him when he was a teenager. During the Portuguese time, he used to sleep in the benches in the park in front of the government building. I will not tell the full story, although it's very emotional, inspiring, but it would be long. And I always supported him because of that. He left Timor in 75 as a refugee, barefoot, no money, went to Australia and Sydney, and became a prosperous businessman in Sydney, running companies, cleaning offices. After independence, he came back to risk his investments in Timor-Leste. And one of the things he did was what someone advised him not to do. I remember introducing Jerry to a billionaire, American billionaire. Well, I can say his name because the billionaire probably wouldn't remember that meeting. George Soros. I was in Korea in 2002 or 3. There was a big conference there, and I took Jerry with me. I introduced to George Soros. I said, listen, George, meet my friend. He's going to start an airline. George Soros at the time was much younger, full of energy, and he laughed. He said, this is the worst investment business anyone can make. And Jerry did. I went to Darwin for the inaugural flight, Darwin-DILI, a small plane. I was there. I think I was president at that time, my previous president. Well, Air North threatened to bankrupt the new small Timor airline, and they did. They lowered the price from their draconian criminal fares of $1,000 one way, $700 one way, Dili Darwin, in those cranky airline of Air North. Well, so my message is, this is a very important initiative that we must all cherish, embrace as a country. It is in our economic interest, because airline business can be a great business. So I know the government is on the way out, so might not be able to make fast decisions. But as political parties, you're probably planning to return after May 21st. Minister Fidelis. Fidelis is a good friend of mine. I always support him for many different things. And in any case, whether you can do now until May 21st or after, whoever, AERO DILI need support. The fuel, airline fuel in Dili is 2-3 times the cost of airline fuel in KL, in Singapore, and maybe also Indonesia. Parking, literally, of course, our airport has improved, but literally you almost like parking in the Nevada desert, you know, and you have to pay, I don't know, big parking fee. And so I would say the government must find ways to support in a serious way, to make the flights competitive, so that they are not going, the airline is not going to be killed by competitors. And competition is naturally understandable. And we are grateful to Batik Airline, to CityLink, Sriwijaya, and a few others. I even now remember with some nostalgia Merpati, because they were the pioneers who risked came to Timor-Leste. I even remember Zamrud. Zamrud, probably ambassador himself doesn't know about an Indonesian airline who came here during Portuguese time. He was piloted by an Australian former pilot from World War II. Very dangerous pilot. And he thought he was flying a fighter aircraft. And so if we do not seriously support but in a serious way. How does Singapore Airlines does? Every civil servant, every politician in Singapore has to travel Singapore Airlines. What the Americans they do? Every American diplomat has to fly an American airline, even though the U.S. is one of the few countries in the world do not subsidize private airlines or any private thing. But you have to fly American airline. Otherwise, you pay your own ticket. You can fly, but otherwise you have to pay. The State Department will not pay your ticket if you fly abroad. And many other like that. And so ministers and others, please think through, think fast. You still have time to approve a series of measures. I promise I will not take 1 month to promulgate the law. You do it right away. And to bypass the parliament, minister, to bypass the parliament so that not waste time with the parliament, do a decree law, come straight to me, and we approve subsidy to AERO Timor for at least 1 year. How ramata ho tetung. I hope all the foreign guests understood the previous speeches. Lourenço Atauro ao conhece dia desde tina lupkirnya laran dalu mahrede observer dei nia maka data mo ne dalida nia aluga ba ame gruppi dan ba pasir ya ro ide teniang tina ruma liwa ya quando la hija na croma ba Atauro nia maka trata ne ita nuderema ita mehi balu mehi lorlorong mehi atuali dane ba poi la hal mehi det mo dia kwana kaptida balu mehi e buka caer meeting realiza mehi Lourenço Atauro ne e uluk fulan tina ruma lewa halo video ida ho grupo ida Amerika au declara au rei Atauro rei baleno ksira Atauro ma be titolo rei ne pertence doni ba Lourenço Atauro Oksida ampani uma habani uma halo grava programa President Horta show. Today I'm going to tape a program with Lourenço Atauro in his home. I have a TV program with our national television called, before I became president, it was called Horta Show. Now it's called President Horta Show. I still do it. Random, nothing really planned and nothing too serious. So today we are going to do, so see the half, that question, the was a take Hare Horta Show. Tio Lourenço para Rona a minha história pessoal. Governo, a minha mensagem icos e até tu maquina né. Há nessa desafio a minha colega, amigo, o Dr. Fidelis Magalhães, Loriba governo, Loriba senhor primeiro-ministro. Mas per halo hatene la se lei permite imediato última hora halo buat rumah kalai noi buat rumah karek be manam votos im halo karek halatene ita ne halatene se manam votos kalai mas mesmo que buat nella manam votos karek sim halo noi pela manam votos Atauro pelo menos favor halo la liga lá com tempo ho lei va parlamento para se colher lá para halo decreto lei para autorizar apoio de dia para AERO Timor. Depois, então, entrou e estava ao promundo a queda. E depois, 21 de maio, hoje, Fidelis Magalhães realiza a meia fila do governo. E está continuando. Se lá o governo for mais, por favor, tem que continuar apoio e daí. Tá do nema caudia mensagem. Obrigado nós, ba BNCTL, ba BNCTL halo financiamento, apoio dia para iniciativa e daí. Obrigado, thank you to the partners from Indonesia who bet and trust in the development of this airline. Parabéns, obrigado ao senhor ministro de Transportes, ao ministro da Barra Claus, e Tina Trinilaram. Da rumah ao asoro nia motor tuang ida, o nia calça barak tuang ida, o nia senhora só sa modo. E hama asoro nia hawa sai nia foto tawi ha no Facebook. E ao fora kamba senhor nia uluk professor inglês. Mas bem nia conhece, nia domina nia portfólio nia glos, ao fora. Nia consegue memorizar, né? Números, naran texto, né? Tratado, acordo, boa, tudo nia tem. Então não ia para o tamak ni kakuta aqui. How ras lá consegue ver a números no kakuta nia teme lá a vontade los assessores, mas for bilhete bandia lá, am não me esquece Nicolia. Parabéns, senhor ministro. Obrigado, vai te botar parabéns, candidato Lourenço, vai ter a senhora, né, Tana Ita, Rosicoto, assessori, vai ter família Tana. Obrigado.
Obrigado, Sua Excelência, Presidente da República, Dr. José Ramos Horta.